How's it going all? You're watching Three-Way Plays and my name is Patrick. And today I'm going to be showing you another build technique on Fallout 76. I'm going to show you how to merge walls and what else you can kind of do with them to give you kind of maybe another idea to build with. One of the first things I want to show you is just something simple. I've got regular foundation down. I got my wall placed there. You can't remove your foundation. But if you change this wall to a door frame, you can now remove the foundation. So you can have like a floating wall. So that's just something kind of simple. I just wanted to kind of show you before I actually got into this video. A lot of you might already know this, which awesome. But I want to show you how you can kind of merge walls together and possibly even make, if you want to make a maze for your camp. Starting out, I've just got this set up. All it is a foundation, stairs, a half floor, stairs back down, and another half floor. It's just so I can have it down on the ground level so I can kind of show you. So what I'm going to be using are going to be these smaller squares. If you're going to do something to where you're going to try to make a maze, you're going to want to have smaller corridors, something like a hallway. You don't want the full-on floor. So once you lay this floor out to where you've got it set up with all these squares, go back to your walls. And you'll notice that I'm able to snap them on pretty much any of those square segments. So if I put a wall there and I put a wall there, it'll snap together and now you've got like a small little hallway. And you can just keep it going if you wanted to. But if you're interested in trying to make like a maze or something to where you have several corridors, you're able to throw down like say another one like that. There we go. And let's say I just move this one forward so it would actually block you from turning right at that point. So now it kind of forces you to go left. I've added a little bit more of an extension. So I'm going to go back to my walls. Let's say that maybe I'm going to also have it direct to where I can have a path this way. You're going to notice that as you start to build, unless you build an actual square floor that is going to fit every single wall, you're going to have openings. So I could either play around with this to try to get these walls to fit to where I don't have an opening here. Like let's say I wanted this closed off, or if I wanted it to go this way and I don't want to have an opening there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring out our trusty flamethrower again. Set it down. We're going to destroy this wall. Go back to your walls that you have. Now, you're going to be able to put a wall right there. I will tell you that in order for this to work, temporarily you will need to have floors on the other side because you won't be able to, or at least I have not been able to get, say, both the same sides of the walls to go next to each other. They kind of conflict with each other. But if you put some flooring on the other side temporarily, you're able to put the wall facing a different direction and it doesn't conflict with what's already there. You can always remove these floors later and your wall will still stay there. Then you come back to your other wall and just repair it. And you've closed up that gap without actually having to reconstruct your maze. So the other one that I wanted to show you, just to kind of give you an idea, let's say you wanted to add only a half a wall on this side and a half a wall on this side. So pretty much I want to put a wall from here to there, but I can't because I already have a wall sitting there. And I don't want to build it there because it's going to block off that opening, and I don't want to build it over here because it's going to block that opening off. I want to build it in the center. So once again, we're going to go to our flamethrower. Anytime you start to do advanced builds, your flamethrower is your friend. Destroy it. When you're done with your flamethrower, always hit your store button and store it, pick it up. That way you don't have to worry about repairing it. It automatically repairs it for you. It just goes back into your inventory, and when you place it down again, it comes out new. So now that I got that wall destroyed, we're going to go ahead and throw another wall down. And you'll notice now I can place it in the center. And then I just repair this wall. Now you've got little corners, half walls on each side. And the final thing that I'm going to show you on this video, let's say I don't want any of these floors here. So the idea behind this is you can't really build like this on the foundations because they're so large, and you can't place the walls in the center of the foundation, so you have to use the second floor. But let's say I don't want to have the second floor. I want to have this build sitting on a foundation. If you start out, you can start out using door frames, or you can switch all these over to door frames. I'm just going to kind of give you an idea real quick. So the ones that I've switched to door frames, you can start to remove the floors. If you start to remove these floors and you notice that you're having a problem where some of them are not going to come up, they won't release or whatever, switch over to your main floors, and you have to kind of connect a path to them from your starting floor. Once you start to make your path, it takes a little bit of work because obviously this is not how the game's meant to build. But once you start to make your path and you connect those larger floors to where you're going, it'll start to allow you to remove the smaller floors. It takes a little bit of practice to get used to what you got to do. But once you start to get the hang of manipulating this build the way that you need to, the larger floors are a lot easier to remove from a setup like this. I just have to find the right spot where to put one of these floors to be able to remove this one. There we go. It is a pain sometimes, but to get what you want, you kind of have to mess with it, fiddle with it, and try to get what you want out of it. So now, after I have built that maze structure, and like I didn't want it on my second story floor, now I've got nothing underneath of it. When I go to my regular floors, my foundations, they will snap to a wall placement. And if it's low enough to the ground, you'll be able to actually set that foundation down. And then from there, you can just build off of the foundation itself. I think I've done it all. But that kind of gives you the idea of how to merge your walls into each other to make something like this, or to merge your walls together to where they go side by side, so you can actually have a wall instead of the wall being one wall, you can actually make it look like it's 1.5 size thumb. So when I'm ready to turn these back into regular walls, you're just going to hit the store button, you're going to hit replace, and you're going to go back to the regular wall. And you'll do that with every wall around here, so that way you've got it sitting there. Even though that they're all sitting level on the floor, on these foundations, they're not really, because they're setting in the center of them or off to the side or whatever. They're going through the center, something like that. But that'll give you an idea how you can kind of make yourself some form of a maze if you want to do that. Or even if it's not a maze, you just want to have walls intersecting each other because you want maybe a smaller room, or you want to try to make an actual hallway with rooms on each side, something. This kind of gives you an idea how you can do it. It'll also show you how you can kind of make the rooms slightly wider than what they would normally would need to be. So just to kind of recap with what I did on the floor, I made my foundation. I made a set of stairs going up, a floor, set of stairs going down, so that way now I can work ground level, so I can put my foundations underneath when I'm done. But I am also working with the second story floor because the first story floors or the foundations don't come in those quarter squares. So once I make my second floor, I just place a bunch of quarter squares everywhere. The first floor that you build off of your stairs has to either be the half floor or the full floor. But after that, you just start building all your quarter squares wherever you want to. Start placing your walls wherever you want to. They will line up wherever your quarter walls lie. So once you build your structure that you want to remove everything, you have to have everything as a door frame. And then you can start removing the quarter floors underneath. If the quarter floors are not wanting to remove, then you need to make a path with the full floors to go and kind of encompass that quarter floor. Once you get the right spot where those full floors are, you'll be able to take that quarter floor away, and then you can just remove the rest of those full floors. It works. I don't know why. Can't answer that. But I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Also, like and subscribe. Keep them subscriptions coming. It does help us out. But I want to say thank you for watching. I'll see you next time, and take care.